We would like to thank the members of the Wallingford Fire Department Local 1326 Color Guard for their participation in tonight's ceremony. Good evening. I am Lyman Hall Principal David Bryant, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 98th graduation ceremony for Lyman Hall High School to celebrate the class of 2015. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the dignitaries who will be sharing the stage this evening. In the front row from my right, George Messier, Wallingford's Veterans Affairs Officer. David Kimball, Lyman Hall Assistant Principal. Todd Snyder, Lyman Hall Assistant Principal. Dr. Salvatore Menzo, Wallingford Superintendent of Schools. Quinn Shields, Varsity Scholar Speaker. Michael Courtmanch, Senior Class Treasurer. Stephen Gassira, Senior Class Vice President. Ryan Woolley, Senior Class President and Graduation Speaker. Kimberly Flynn, Class Secretary. Ushani Jayasinghe, Varsity Scholar Speaker. Cindy Lavalette, Assistant Superintendent for Personnel. Roxanne McKay, Chairperson of the Wallingford Board of Education. Robert Parisi, Member of the Wallingford Town Council. In the second row from my right, Michael Bruder, Member of the Board of Education. Karen Levac, Member of the Board of Education. Kathy Castelli, Member of the Board of Education. And Vincent Cervoni, Chairman of the Wallingford Town Council. Sadly, a member of the Lyman Hall family is missing here this evening. Mrs. Tammy Cohn, a teacher in our Family Consumer Science program, passed away in November after a courageous battle with cancer. One of Mrs. Cohn's greatest joys was working with the students and staff of Lyman Hall High School. Tonight we wear ribbons to honor her memory. Please join me in a moment of silence to thank Mrs. Cohn for the laughter, compassion, and wisdom that she brought to Lyman Hall. Thank you.
Good evening. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag? No, it's not the beginning of announcements, but I am proud to have been part of this tradition that starts every day in American schools. Tonight, I would like to share with you some of other remarkable traditions about Lyman Hall by sharing with you some interesting numbers and see what they add up to. The first number is 98. 98 years ago, in 1916, the town of Wallingford dedicated Lyman Hall High School at what is now the Town Hall. Since then, Lyman Hall has been built upon tradition and rich history. 98 senior classes have graduated from Lyman Hall High School. That means nearly 20,000 students have begun their adult lives with a handshake and a Lyman Hall diploma. As part of that tradition, we have an incredible faculty, many of whom have even taught my mom and uncles, such as Mr. Bryant, Mr. Lavalette, and Mr. Munsey. It is a tribute to Lyman Hall that 19 of our teachers are alumni and return to give back to the future of Lyman Hall. Here's another number, 38. Before I go any further, I want to dedicate this speech to Mr. Bryant, who is officially retiring this year. Mr. Bryant has been a positive role model to me and a great leader for all. Also, Mr. Bryant picked the perfect year to retire after 38 years in Wallingford because he is leaving with the greatest class of all time. The class of 2015 continues the Lyman Hall tradition of great achievements in academics, athletics, and extracurriculars. Another number, 7. Academically, we have received a well-rounded education at Lyman Hall, which is one of 4 comprehensive high schools in Connecticut which to offer courses in all 7 career clusters. That means there is something for everyone. Alongside that, Lyman Hall had 53 varsity scholars this year. That is nearly 1/5 of our graduating class. To me, that is amazing. We are pretty smart after all. A significant part of the Lyman Hall academic experience is our agricultural sciences program. Did you know that this year there are 272 VOAG students enrolled, 52 of them being seniors? That is 1/4 of our school population and 1/5 of our senior class. Several remarkable achievements took place this year. The milk product team won the state level competition and advanced to nationals, and Lyman Hall placed second overall in the state in the safe tractor driving event. On top of that, 2 FFA members received the American degree, the highest rank in FFA, Future Farmers of America. Last, but surely not least, our agricultural science is in the process of competing for 3-star recognition, the highest honor on a national level. The 2014-2015 school year was a great year for our athletic programs. The boys soccer team finished with a regular season record of 12 wins, 0 losses, and 4 ties, made the SEC tournament for the first time since the reformation of the Southern Connecticut Conference, and is the only team in the past 25 plus years to go with an undefeated regular season record. Likewise, the girls volleyball team, alongside the boys soccer team, hosted their first home state game in recent memory. We saw many athletes go all Housatonic, all SEC, and all state, and even advance to the New England Championships, with many of them being repeat offenders in these categories. We had 2 state championships this year. The Lyman Hall varsity cheer team, which is the CIAC Co-Ed Division State Champion, and the Lyman Hall Marching Band, which won the Class 4A State Championship and finished second overall at the New England competition. And let's not forget Powder Puff, which was the most fun by far that I had my senior year. And for the Powder Puff boys, we definitely won the halftime show. To all of our athletes, you played for the pride for the name on the front of a uniform, but you'll be remembered for the name on the back as well. Lyman Hall has provided us with many ways to succeed outside the classroom. DECA and FBLA members qualified to compete at the state and national levels in their respective competitions with outstanding performances as expected. Key Club was designated as a club of distinction. Now here's an amazing number. This school year, there were 735 students enrolled in either the arts and/or music programs. That is nearly 2/3 of our school population. Our cast and crew for the musical, Mary Poppins, was absolutely impeccably perfect. Community service is another way Lyman Hall shines. 24,458. That is the total number of community service hours logged by the class of 2015. That is nearly 100 hours per person. Topping the list with 913.5 hours is John Killa. If you ask me, this is something that truly exemplifies us. For as time reflects, we welcome the opportunity to help others. Of far greater importance than the number of awards and championships accumulated by the class of 2015 is the friends you make. In high school, you make a lot of friends, lose a few friends, and make 1,000 memories. How about all the awesome field trips we went on this year? From launching watermelons off Castle Craig and calculating the angular velocity, homecoming, spring fling, proms, the senior outing. The fact that Lyman Hall brought us all together is a remarkable thing. Just think for a moment how different your life would be if you did not go to this amazing school. Here's another number that means so much to me personally. 4. I am honestly so proud to have served as your class president for these 4 years. It is truly a blessing that you guys chose me for all this time. If I had the opportunity to do it all again, I would do it in a heartbeat. The greatest insight I gained out of high school is to live life to its fullest potential. My advice to you is to be involved. Don't be afraid to be heard. Face your problems head on. Make 1,000 memories. Stay in touch with each other. Don't go incognito. Lyman Hall adds up to something much greater than simply its numbers. Our memories and friendships are infinite. I am a moment, we are forever. And on that note, let's take one last selfie together. Thank you, congratulations to the class of 2015.
have heard these famous words, even if they do not know where they come from. This, above all, to thine own self be true. For over 400 years, the works of the great Shakespeare have always imparted worthy advice. Yet another example of his genius is embodied in this deceptively simple but starkly truthful line delivered by Polonius in Hamlet. For all the words of wisdom that Polonius delivers, however, he never seems to answer the question of how to live by them. I take this to mean that, whether it is through experience, learning, or the relationships we build, it remains for you and me to answer that question. In our years growing up, each and every one of us has experienced being pushed to our breaking point. There have been times of sheer happiness and victories, and moments of somber, heart-wrenching losses. Whether in school, work, personal relationships, or sports, we have been forced to confront our greatest challenges. 6 short years ago, when I came to America, a big obstacle for me was trying to define what it means to be Sri Lankan American. I have evaluated and re-evaluated each culture, and I have learned the strengths and flaws of each to be true to both. To a fellow classmate of mine, however, the journey might have involved discovering a new passion, making a change, defining his or her identity, or even dealing with the loss of a loved one. Behind the veiled exterior that each of us presents to this world, our own unique struggles have challenged us to remain true to ourselves. Although we do not realize it, much of our personal lives have been intertwined with what we learn at school. It has always been my dream to become a doctor. It is true that the knowledge of the sciences are crucial to the practice of medicine. However, through the many science and literary courses that I have taken in my years at Lyman Hall, I have come to learn that to understand a human being wholly is to not only learn the mechanics behind how a human body works, but to appreciate the gifts that make us human. Through science, we learn to value the ingenuity of the tiniest particles that constitute the universe. Through literature, we seek to examine the human consciousness across the ages of time. In history, we learn how people react to a changing world. In psychology, we understand why people act the way they do. Whether it be running the mile, pitching the ball, playing the violin, or singing our hearts out, we discover what we love by learning. For instance, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, once said that he took a calligraphy class out of curiosity after dropping out of Reed College. He spent 18 months diligently studying the artistic subtleties of lettering as a form of art. Little did he know that 10 years later he would use what he learned to design the elegant fonts for the first Macintosh computer. Today, Apple is the single most desired brand of technology around the whole world. And it all started with Steve Jobs deciding to pursue something that piqued his interest. It is through learning what he loved and daring to make a career out of it that he learned to be true to himself and the people he served. So, whatever you become, whether it be a doctor, a teacher, a nurse, or any other, do what you love, and above all, see the humanity in the people you serve. Of course, you can be true to yourself, but no one gets anywhere alone. We are blessed, to say the least, to have had the privilege to walk within the halls of Lyman Hall, which has provided us with countless opportunities to discover what we love. We are blessed to have studied under teachers and administrators who have inspired us and guided us these 4 years. Teachers whose tireless efforts have helped us reach this day. Be thankful to parents and family who have shown love and acceptance of the choices that we have made and guided us when those choices needed redirection. And be grateful to the lifelong friends that we have made for letting us be ourselves and without whom, personally, I could never have learned my incredibly awkward dance moves. Today, at the threshold of our lives, I encourage you to look back and be grateful, and to look forward and be excited. Remain open to new things, new opportunities, new friends, and new lives. Learn from the memories that you make, the education you receive, and the people you meet. Have the courage to join a new club, to take courses that interest you like Steve Jobs did, or travel the world, because being true to yourself requires you to take a risk to be open to the unknown. We have come so far since kindergarten. It does not end here. So, think about what you love, think about what you want to do, and this above all, never settle for anything less than your best.
Hello, beloved friends, family, teachers, and fellow graduates. Thank you for joining us here today to celebrate something 38 years in the making. Mr. Bryant is finally graduating. I don't know if it was Lyman Hall itself that kept him here this long, or trying to pass physics with Mr. Mordarski, which could understandably take a few decades. But something about this school kept Mr. Bryant here to become the most super senior of all. Thank you also for joining us here to celebrate the rest of Lyman Hall's graduating class of 2015. It was a lot of work, sweat, and time, but we made it. And it took us 34 fewer years. No judgment. I could not be more proud. My name is Quinn Shields, and for those of you that don't know me, I am Lyman Hall's class ginger. For 12 years, we graduates have awaited this day to mark the end of classwork, homework, and Scantron tests. However, our educations are not nearly over. Life is learning, and learning has no days off. For that reason, I have taken it upon myself to give you all today's lesson, a quick review of everything we forgot to learn during our last 4 years at Lyman Hall. Fair warning, it involves the Lyman Hall core values and belief statement. This core values and belief statement is perhaps the lesson Lyman Hall tried hardest to teach us, but it is the one we never got tested on. This statement professes that at Lyman Hall, students enter a diverse community that encourages academic growth and challenges them to develop personal integrity and creative thinking skills necessary for success in the 21st century. In defense of all those that never bothered to learn all that, it's not nearly as catchy a motto as #BallIsLife. The most common phrase I've seen on Twitter. However, the Lyman Hall statement has prepared us for our future lives much better than any other motto you can find on the internet, because it applies to everything Lyman Hall has taught us and everything we will need in the future. For example, Lyman Hall has taught us that high school is not perfect. I don't know if you knew this, but people almost never break out into choreographed dances here. That's right, High School Musical was a lie. But as hard as it is to believe, Lyman Hall's differences from High School Musical are a good thing, because they reflect life. And because I saw all of your dance moves at prom. Yikes. Life is not made up of perfect people and perfect problems, and not everything in life can be solved in a short 90 minutes. Thus, when we entered Lyman Hall, we entered a diverse community where we learned to work with people from all different walks of life, and where even the fire-haired among us could be accepted. Lyman Hall taught us one part of High School Musical that was accurate. We're all in this together. The next lesson Lyman Hall taught us is the importance of education. You could say it encourages academic growth, because in any setting, school or career or the military, there are things to be learned, and learning can take you anywhere. If you don't believe it from me, I hope you'll believe it from this quote. I was never really good at anything except for the ability to learn. This quote is by Kanye West, and he married a Kardashian. Kanye is also the perfect example of another important lesson we should learn from high school. Always be your own biggest fan. I sincerely hope that someday each and every one of you will have Kanye's confidence, because no one loves anyone as much as Kanye loves Kanye. And confidence is necessary for success in the 21st century. However, Kanye is not a Lyman Hall alumnus, and thus he never got to review our school's not-so-hidden messages. I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm fairly certain that's the reason he famously interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs in 2009. He never developed personal integrity, and people still talk about it 6 years later. As Lyman Hall knows, life never rewards poor character. It rewards integrity, hard work, and creative thinking, such as what Taylor Swift used to shake it off after Kanye's attacks, and only that brings true success. Finally, Lyman Hall has taught its students how to be more than Lyman Hall students. That means it taught us to take these lessons and apply them to our lives. It taught us how to make safe decisions and be responsible for ourselves. It taught us how to be good people with integrity and creative thinking skills and kind hearts accepting of diversity. It even taught us the Pythagorean theorem, which I mention here because I'm not totally sure where we'll need it in our lives, but Ms. Sirkin and all the other math teachers kept saying we would, so now I can say I used it after high school. Lyman Hall pushed us and challenged us and taught us so that we could make it to this day, our graduation. It is our turn now to push ourselves and challenge ourselves and to use these lessons to become something better. Come to think of it, Lyman Hall did test us on our core values and beliefs every day for 4 years, and today we celebrate that we aced that test. Today I'm proud to call myself a member of Lyman Hall class of 2015, but I will be even more proud to call myself that in the years to come. Each and every one of you, class of 2015, entered Lyman Hall with the potential to be something amazing. Lyman Hall gave you lessons and core values to guide you in becoming that something. It is now up to you to determine what it will be. And if that something is rich, don't forget me. I'm glad to be a fiery red drop in our sea of orange. It's been great.
Mr. Bryant, I know I was not scheduled to come to the podium, and I didn't ask your permission to be here, but rest assured I did ask Mrs. Hafner's permission. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2015, please do pardon this interruption. As I said, Mr. Bryant is unaware that I'm doing this, and I'm certain that he will be more than a little bit upset with me. He's really a very selfless and humble man who truly does not like to be the center of attention. But on behalf of the entire Lyman Hall High School community, we would be remiss if we didn't take this opportunity to acknowledge the incredible principal that is retiring after 38 years, 36 of which took place right here at Lyman Hall. Mr. Bryant, as you soak in the experience of this last Lyman Hall graduation with you as the principal, I hope that you're taking stock in all that you've done and the impact you've had on so many lives. And I've actually done some math to illustrate this, much like Ryan did. You've helped lead over 9,000 students to graduation during your tenure. You have assured approximately 18,000 nervous parents of freshmen that you would do your utmost to provide a safe and nurturing environment that would lead their children to graduations just like this one. As you look into the faces of this graduating class and into the faces of the families of these graduates, know that they are only a fraction of the lives you have affected in some way during your time here. Your impact on countless staff members has been immense, mine included. You've been a pillar of stability and have worked tirelessly to do what is best for the young people of this town. I think we can all say, and all we want to say, is thank you. Thank you for your time, your selfless dedication, your commitment, your kindness to the students, the families, and the staff of Lyman Hall High School. Have a wonderful retirement. Class of 2015, you know what to do.
How about a round of applause for our 3 class speakers? They were awesome. And I'm certainly humbled by your response and by Cindy's words and by being included in the same speech as Kanye West. That's a strange dichotomy I just can't wrap my head around. But my 38 years here have been very special to me. It was the best decision I ever made to come here, and it was the most difficult decision I ever made to leave. So I just want you to know that future families of Lyman Hall High School, your kids are in very good hands with a very talented staff and administration. You should be very proud of a town that supports a school as wonderful as this one, and very proud of these young men and women who represent us tonight. Thank you all very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. To recognize those seniors who plan to enter the armed services, I am very pleased to introduce George Messier.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. It's a pleasure to come back. I'm not a graduate of Lyman Hall, but in 1979 I actually did my practice teaching here on the Dockman Freighter. It's nice to be here again. On occasions such as this, a few words come to mind, and I'm thinking now of General Douglas MacArthur talking to the long gray line of cadets at West Point, and he spoke of duty, honor, and country. And I'm thinking about President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, himself a decorated Navy veteran. He said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." You've probably heard those words before. Here are some you're not familiar with. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Weighty stuff. Let's recognize and applaud two young men who have taken that step. Matt Harris, please stand up. And Alex Turgeon, please stand up. Please remain standing. There's someone else I want to recognize tonight as well. A little background here. You graduates may be interested to know that 70-odd years ago, they were drafting young men right out of high school when they turned 18. Think about that. No proms, no parties, no ceremonies, just a letter of induction into the Armed Forces of the United States. The country did away with the draft in 1973. Every person on active duty in the Armed Forces today is a volunteer. But I'd like to point out that there actually still are draftees today associated with the Armed Forces. And I'm speaking now of the parents. So may I ask the parents of these two gentlemen to stand up? And they deserve a round of applause too. Please stand up. Where are you? And the truth be told, I'm going to speak briefly about the mothers. Dads, forgive me, I'm a dad too, I understand. But the mothers carried you, they walked the floors with you at night, they patched up your elbows and your knees, washed your clothes, prepared your meals. They know you, they love you, and they worry about you more than anyone else in the world ever will. I know all these things are true because even Marine Corps majors have mothers, and mine is 104 years old. And I know these things are true also because no matter what sport you can think of, and regardless of the level, high school, collegiate, professional, when the player walks off the field or the court and realizes that the cameras are fixed on him or her, what do? They wave their hands and they say, "Hi, Mom." Okay? So, recognizing the parents. A word of caution for any of you who might be contemplating service in the United States Marine Corps. The bad news is that there is no proof whatsoever that Marine Corps drill instructors had mothers. But looking ahead, wherever you go, whatever you do, college, the military, or some business, some combination of all three, always conduct yourselves in such a manner as to bring honor and credit to your good family name. Congratulations to all of you, to you two gentlemen in particular. Best wishes.
At this time, I would also like to invite all veterans or those currently serving in a branch of our armed forces to stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service. To offer congratulations from the Wallingford Board of Education, please welcome Chairperson Roxanne McKay.
How you guys doing? You good? You good? Good. I'm just checking. I want to make sure. I'm great. I'm so proud to be here. Thank you for asking. So, on behalf of the Wallingford Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate the 2015 graduating class of Lyman Hall High School. I also would like to congratulate all the parents, family members, friends, and Lyman Hall faculty present this evening. All your support has helped our graduates to reach this point in their lives. I also want to take a second and acknowledge my fellow board members present this evening. We have Michael Broder, where's Michael Broder, Karen Levac, and Kathy Costelli. There are literally tens of thousands of seniors graduating in Connecticut this year, and though you have much in common with these other students, you possess something that no other graduating senior has. You possess an intangible but very real feeling, Lyman Hall pride. This LH pride is legendary and elusive, and it can be demonstrated simply by even looking at your principal. Mr. Bryant has lived his career of 38 years at Lyman Hall High School. This is a huge statement about your high school. As an outsider, I know a little bit about LH Pride, not because I'm privileged to possess it, because I'm not lucky enough to say that I'm a Lyman Hall graduate, but I am a mother of two sons who do belong to this unique club. So you speak in euphemisms like you bleed blue and orange, you refer to your beloved principal as ODB, you literally live to hashtag everything you could possibly think comes into your brain to our superintendent. And am I right? And you think in terms of the other side of town as the haves versus the have-nots. That's just to name a few. But the real value of Lyman Hall Pride is that you've earned a status of family. Look around. The people here tonight have been here for you your entire life's journey. And like family, there is the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's okay, because that's what family is all about. And only you can laugh and cry about what is good, what is bad, and what is ugly. But remember, this family of LH Pride will always be there for you. This is your safe harbor. Know whatever life challenges, successes, and disappointments you may experience in the future, you can always come home to Lyman Hall and Wallingford. And that LH Pride will be there to blanket and to make you feel safe, loved, and not judged. Because of your experiences at Lyman Hall, you have earned a deep-rooted sense of who you are. And that was evidenced by these wonderful speeches tonight. And now it's time for you to challenge yourselves for the next adventure. With your LH Pride in your pocket, you're ready to expand your horizons and experience a new chapter of life. Your proven success to date will help guide you in your future endeavors. My advice to you is simple. Leave nothing on the table. Accept all future challenges with honesty, enthusiasm, and a commitment to excellence. And with that, congratulations to the 2015 graduating class of Lyman Hall.
I had hopefully forgotten that nickname, but thank you, Roxanne, for making it known. Our next speaker happens to be a member of your club. He is a graduate of the class of 1953, and here to bring greetings from the Wallingford Town Council is Mr. Robert Parisi.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Good evening. I have that Lyman Hall pride. And before I start, I want to acknowledge Principal Dave Bryant and Council Chairman Vincent Cervoni. I asked both of them for permission to speak to you. I'm retiring from politics this year after 39 years of service. I wanted to talk with you as a counselor and an alumnus, and they both graciously agreed to allow me to do so. So here we are. Members of the faculty, administration, parents, family members, and the Lyman Hall School class of 2015. gives me great pleasure to bring you greetings and the heartiest of congratulations from your town's government, along with particular best wishes of Mayor Bill Dickinson and my fellow town council members. Since the council is comprised of members of both political parties, it will not surprise you that we members don't always agree on every matter that comes before us. Indeed, sometimes, particularly at budget time, it seems as if the first commandment of politics is thou shalt not agree on anything. So when you can get politicians to agree on any subject, it must well be downright amazing. And indeed you are. Yes, one of the few amazing subjects about which we all agree is you. There be no doubt of the esteem in which we hold you as you receive your hard-earned diplomas today. There's no uncertainty of our pride in your accomplishment. There's no question of our best wishes as you step into new roles in college, military service, the workplace, and your future. And now, if I may, let me offer the observation of one who was honored as you are now at a Wallingford graduation more than 52 years ago. I don't feel that old. At the town hall, which was then the Lyman Hall High School. Times are good now. Our country's at peace. New frontiers are being opened each day in business, industry, professional services, science, and technology. The opportunity before you may well be unparalleled. Your high school years have taught you much: to read, to write, to calculate, and most of all, to think. These years have given you one other important advantage as well: the training necessary to recognize opportunity, to grasp it and to grow it for your own good and that of others in your world. As you move forward with study, careers, and family, and community life, I urge you to remember this skill, to cherish it, to protect it, and to use it with distinction. Do this, and I believe you will never regret a step you take in the exciting and challenging life that's before you. In his famous epic work, Ulysses, Ireland's James Joyce leaves his readers with one commanding goal, as expressed through his hero's philosophy. It is to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Your family life, your community, and your high school all have prepared you to take on tomorrow, to seek answers, to find them, and to be unyielding in application of them to your life and work. And so while I bring you the congratulations and best wishes of my colleagues, I also bring the hope of your community that you will continue in all matters as you have in school to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Life is too wonderful to let the wonderful slip away. Strive for the wonderful, and when you find it, never, never let it slip away. I thank you, and God bless you all. Okay, now there's a little something, Mr. Savoni. I don't know how we're both going to fit behind this thing.
Turn the page.
I will. Okay, buddy.
Forgive us. So much of this year is about evening the score between the two high schools. So I think somebody across town is probably singing to the She and High graduating class.
We're singing to these guys.
That's right. Ready? Long, long time ago, I can still remember how that school bus used to make me cry. And I knew if I had my chance that I'd go to a high school dance and maybe even find a date for the prom. But each September made me quiver with every paper test and quizzer. Report cards on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember the reason why 3.14 is called a pi, but I let out a great big sigh the day they let me fly. So bye-bye to Lyman Hall High. Mr. Bryan, I'm compliant, will you let me walk by? And a federal law made us eat wheat bread and rye, singing this'll be the day that I fly. This'll be the day that I fly. Did you read a book on love, and did you read books about stars above? If more stars can tell you so. Now do you believe in rock and roll? Della Vecchia teach you jazz and soul. And when you had a test, did you pray? Please snow. We all know we could pass lunch and gym. Did you have FOAD with Miss Dalzin? Did Miss Rankin or Miss Sharp say they liked your art? Did you go out to track and field, or was marching band just your deal? Will you recall what test of feeds you the day that you learned to fly? And we'll be singing bye-bye to Lyman Hall High. Mr. Bryan, I'm compliant, won't you let me walk by? And the federal law made us eat wheat bread and rye, singing this'll be the day that I fly. This'll be the day that I fly. So bye-bye to Lyman Hall High. Mr. Bryan, I'm compliant, will you let me walk by? And the federal law made us eat wheat bread and rye, singing this'll be the day that I fly. Congratulations.
They'll be here all week. Mr. Priest, before you sit down, if you would join me again at the podium. He never passed Mr. Podarski's physics class. We just want to say to Mr. Priest, after 39 years, after retiring from public life, we think he's due for an upgrade of one of these. So we know you have one of these already, Bob, but we would like to.
Did you sign this one?
I signed this one. Okay.
The last principal didn't.
And no, Dr. Benzo, I was not the last principal. And it reads, "This is to certify that after 39 years of devotion to the people of Wallingford, Town Councilman Robert Parisi is granted this honorary diploma awarded this 19th day of June, 2015. Congratulations." And now it is my honor to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Salvatore Menzo, to address the senior class.
I definitely think that the mayor got outshone tonight by that performance. I don't know. Before I get to the graduates, I do have to talk about our oldest graduate, as was identified earlier this evening, Mr. Bryant. Many of you do not know, though, that Mr. Bryant only suddenly came up with the idea of retiring recently. He came to my office a few months ago and he said, "Sal, we need to talk." And he was smiling, but you couldn't tell. The fact is, he came to me and said, "I have a dream. I have a passion that I need to explore." Again, couldn't tell. Straight face. I said, David, excuse me, what is it? I was very curious. He told me, all seriousness, they announced on TV that American Idol was only going to have one more season. And if I am working in Wallingford, I don't have enough time. Without pay, I can't take it without pay. I have to audition. It's my passion to be on American Idol in its last season. I said, "David, you know there's an age requirement. I think America's Got Talent is more your style." He pondered again. I know he smiled. Again, couldn't tell. But he said, "It has so been my desire to be Vine famous. I've tried so many times to photobomb students. I've tried so many times to set up a Twitter account just to realize that my handle was not appropriate." The thing is that he was prepared. He told me he was prepared to graduate. So upon leaving my office, I was in devastation. I immediately called Guinness Book of World Records because I wanted to know, was he truly the oldest graduate from high school? They said no. Unfortunately, I didn't win that one. I said, "What about the longest person that attended high school?" And they said, "Well, you need to submit paperwork for that." So I, of course, gave up some time, submitted that paperwork. Guinness is still waiting to determine whether or not there's a person in the small little village in South Asia, whether or not he has been in high school longer than Mr. Bryant. But we believe that Mr. Bryant does hold that distinguished honor in our hearts in Wallingford. The first time I met Mr. Bryant, again, not knowing whether or not he liked me or not, because no emotion. Still, to this day, no emotion. But the most important time and most significant time was, many of you might recall, you were still in middle school though, we had a band competition that had to be moved indoors. And like, unfortunately, the past year's band competition. But there were a variety of things that occurred. And I was with Mr. Bryant that evening as just getting started on the job as superintendent. And through each of those events, fire alarms going off, students having panic attacks, sprinkler systems going off, Mr. Bryant was just always so calm and steady. I'm running around, trying to help out. He's helping out in his own way. And driving home that night, I was just thinking, wow. You were! In his own way. I mean, he was very, very helpful. But it's okay. The custodial staff did a great job. But Mr. Bryant, I was driving home and I'm thinking to myself, wow, he's in charge of all those students and he showed no emotion. Again, wondering if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But over the last 6 years, I've realized that that's an extraordinary thing. The emotions that he doesn't show on his face, he definitely holds in his hearts for all of you, and all of us, and all of the staff. He's an exceptional individual who has truly exemplified Lyman Hall pride and the core values of not only Wallingford Public Schools, but of course Lyman Hall High School. It is my privilege to award, finally, Mr. Bryant his diploma, because we believe you somewhat have satisfied and satisfactorily completed the requirements for graduation prescribed by the Board of Education in Wallingford and is entitled to a diploma awarded on this month and this day in June of 2015. So we congratulate you. Please look out for America's Got Talent next spring. I'll tweet it out so you know. But the thing is, he still hasn't divulged his talent. So we have to work on that for him. But we think it's somewhat of a singing talent. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of it at the end of the ceremony this evening. So, congratulations, Mr. Bryant. Now, to the rest of you. I didn't know really where to begin with your speech. I've been thinking about this for a long time because I could have talked about so many things, so many ironic moments, and so many stories that I know about all of you, so many experiences that you've had, from a hawk eating a chicken or a duck or whatever in the quad. That was interesting, getting Mr. Bryant calling, oh yeah, we had a little issue with a hawk. Again, no emotion. But the fact is that, you have those events, we have the sporting events, the speeches tonight illustrated so many accomplishments that you've had. I do just want to inform all your parents something that you haven't told them, is that while we're graduating 262 students tonight, in my book, they're the next 262 new meteorologists for the United States. Because during the winter, they knew how to predict weather better than anyone else. They had nothing on the National Weather Service and the years of practice that all of those institutions have had. The text messaging that occurred at Sal Menzo. Do you think we could have off tomorrow? At Sal Menzo, we just saw you walk in the building. Are you here to cancel school? No, nobody else can get cell coverage in the building except them. At Sal Menzo, do you think we're going to get early dismissal? There's no snow on the ground. Pictures being tweeted with ice cubes on the grass, predicting the future. I do not lie, people. I do not lie. I do not lie. But I do have to say, during those inclement weather seasons, I was a rock star with my fellow superintendents because I had over 3,000 followers. They didn't. So I will never forget your class. I will never forget you for keeping me, as one of the hashtags was, keeping you honest. Liked that one. Or should I say hashtag? The other one was, the one that I think you all enjoyed the most was the one from Sheehan, when you got out early because of an issue with wires or water or something to that effect, and they said, separate but not equal, hashtag. So that was one of my favorites also. But no matter what hashtag we put on tonight's event, or how many text messages you send, or tweets that you decide to send, the fact is that you are a very unique group of individuals that have so much success waiting you. However, these are memories, and memories could be forgotten. Memories, you do forget them, right, Mr. Bryant, when you get older? Yeah, exactly. So, I don't want you to be in the same position as Mr. Bryant, not remembering many things. So, what I'm suggesting, just a joke. What I'm suggesting is that not only do you hold on to the memories, because they're so important, but I would suggest you hold on to some type of memento from your high school years. I think that's important to do at every transition in your life. Have something that you can look to, a touchstone, so to speak, that you know how you feel tonight. It feels pretty good, doesn't it? You're pretty excited. You need to remember this feeling. And sometimes memories aren't enough to remember this feeling. You need to have something physical. I know leaving 5th grade was a big thing for me because I was going to a private school, and I was nervous because all my friends were staying behind. And I had my 5th grade yearbook. And to this day, I still have that 5th grade yearbook that Miss Friedman put together with the students in her 5th grade class. Every so often, I take that 5th grade yearbook out because it reminds me of the challenges that she posed to me during that school year. The challenges that she encouraged me throughout the year to challenge myself. You all know what brings you the feeling you have tonight from Lyman Hall. You all know that it might be an award that you received, a medal, it might be the final report card, it might be the diploma, it might be your yearbook, which is phenomenal to say the least. But you need to hold on to those things, because there is going to come a time where you're going to wonder, and you're going to feel this feeling maybe start fading. And you don't want it to fade. You don't want this feeling to ever leave. You want it to grow. You want it to grow with every new experience you have. So I want to make sure you take something with you. And I can't define it for you, but I would just ask, unlike they did in the 70s when the Yankees got a new field, you do not take the grass with you, because we do need it. Your parents who are at least my age might remember that event. The fact is, take something with you. Take it with you, hold on to it, cherish it. Bring it with you when you go to your next adventure, be it college, working, or the military. We want you to have that as a memory. Because in our hearts, you are our memory. And we have so much faith in you and so much pride in you. So I wish you the best. I sincerely hope that all of you come back to visit. Your teachers, your administrators, all of us, cherish those moments. There's nothing like seeing a graduate come back and say how great he or she is doing. That is the greatest gift. That is worth better than anything we can get in our profession. And there are very few professions who have the ability to impact so many lives in that way. So please do not forget that. So no matter how many yellow cards you got, no matter how many detentions you got for being late to school, those things are now in the past. Those things are history. Now it's your chance. But make sure you have something to look back on this day and remember the feeling you have. So, with that said, it is my privilege to say, members of the class of 2015, by the power vested in me by the Board of Education, I present to you your diplomas.
I am pleased to begin the awarding of diplomas with the class valedictorian, Ushani Jayasinghe, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar Speaker. The class salutatorian, Quinn Rose Shields, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar Speaker. Class President Ryan Jones Woolley, National Honor Society. Class Vice President Stephen T. Casira. Varsity Scholar. Class Secretary Kimberly Johnson Flynn, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Class Treasurer Michael Scott Courtmanch, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Matthew Abadi. Andrew L. Abignaro, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Henry Wyatt Abbott. Amber Brooke Albee, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Christopher Ames. Christopher Thomas Anderson. Carlo Antonio Arellano, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Stephanie Aravallo. Tyler Artcup. Amanda Emily Atkinson. Sarah Jessica Bakioki. Ryan Paul Bazansky. Jeffrey Allen Baxa, National Honor Society. Lisa Gail Balls. Gianna Marie Baril, National Honor Society. Sean C. Barillero. Emily Elizabeth Bow, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Jacob Lamont Babin. Megan Marie Benlock. Joseph William Bergen. Glorianne Francis Reyes Bernabe, National Honor Society. Kyle Johnny Barrios. Brett Carl Billadou, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Justin Philip Blair. Emily Rose Blanchard, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Diana Michelle Bloom, National Honor Society. Ashley Marie Brzezinski. Joseph Edward Bracali. Justin Thomas Brown. Alexis Grace Buchanan. Alexis Renee Burgess. James Sungmin Burnham, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Gianna Nicole Capasso. Danielle Gladys Cardona. Alexandra Rose Caruso. Joseph Michael Casella. Jesse Champagne. Javon N. Chow. Jerry Valentino Cherry. Sarah Elizabeth Chobitz. Gerald Kang Chong. Andrew John Clark. Taylor Page Clark. Taylor Alexis Clinton. Mackenzie Marie Coe. Edmund C. Cogan, Jr. Caitlin Marie Connolly. Gianna Ray Consiglio. Alexis Brianna Corbin. Serena Cosgrove Hagan. Romello Aloysius Crawford. Amanda Nicole Day. Emma Sumner Day. Michelle Alexandra Rose DeFelice. William James DeFelice. Connor James DeMerchant. Cecilia Rose DeStefano. Giselle Dominguez. Sarah Elizabeth Donahue, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Leah Thomas Ann Doty. Lindsay Mary Frances Doyle. Brittany Gray Driscoll, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Holland Ann Driscoll, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Paige Alicio. Michaela Lorraine Erickson. Brian Estrada. Brittany Lee Evans. Jordan Taylor Felsigno. Erica Farr. Nicholas James Fiorillo, National Honor Society. Samantha Kate Forster, Varsity Scholar. Kaylee J. Fowler, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Shannon Margaret Fulton. Siobhan Alexis Furman, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Danielle Marie Gabriel. Alana Marie Gatto, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Nicholas Allen Gagnon. Thomas Michael Gallup. Olivia Jane Gauntlet. Justina Ann Geis. Trinity Ann Gibbs. Jessica Danielle Gojic. Kristen Marie Grabicki, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Stephen Joseph Grammatico. Matthew Thomas Grasser. James Vincent Greco. Caitlin Beth Greenberg. Jake Ryan Gersha. Crystal Marie Gutierrez. Kyle C. Guzik. Emily Ann Hackett. Matthew Sean Harris. Maggie Lauren Hayes, National Honor Society. Brianna Lynn Hayes. Patrick Daniel Hedden. Benjamin Dudzinski Henry, Varsity Scholar. Lauren Ashley Herbst. Haley Martha Herget, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Dylan Patrick Hogan, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Nazmeen Hossein. Tiana Marie Housley. Joshua Caleb Jackson. Jonathan Kenneth Jacobs, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Lauren Victoria Jameson, National Honor Society. Mark Chris Glenn Maximilian Jensen. Carlos Nicholas and Joffrey. Mark Richard Johansson. Omar Juarez Sobrero. Nicholas David Giuliano, Varsity Scholar. Kaylee Ashley Kellerman. John Patrick Keogh. Ramsha Khan, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. John R. Killa. Roxas L. Klein. Kayla Elizabeth Condrup. Christopher Andrew Costas. Dylan Andrew Koval. Erjan Emre Kupek. Ashley Maria Lane, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Amberly Diaz Lau, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Amara Nicole Larson. Diego Andres Lauriano. Chance Russell Lawson. Desi Linus Eastwood Leclerc. Marlise Annette Lessing, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Noah Zachary Levesque. Kimberly Rachel Lint. Marissa Elizabeth Lorette. Sabrina Marie Lopez. Samantha Lynn Lumbra. Emily Rose Lydell, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Mason George McCory. Elizabeth Joyce Mansky. Kristen K. Marazzi. Gabrielle Valentina Marks. Felicia Marie Marin. Michelle Andrea Masacci. Nikki Angelique Matarazzo, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Alexander Nicholas May, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Madison Victoria McCarthy. Lawrence Tucker McClure. Brian Patrick McCoy. Megan Nicole McAvoy. Kyle John McLean. Brendan Charles McNamara. Brittany R. McNeil. Brendan Lewis Medina. David Americo Mendez. Kubna Mensa. Karen J. Milner, National Honor Society. Brianna Ashley Molster. Alexandra Jean Monaco. Amanda Nicole Morgan. Michael David Morgenstern. Daniel Park Morrison. Andre Silva Mora. Alicia Marie Murphy. Jalen Ramik Murphy. Stephen Alexander Musial, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Mariela Nava Camargo. Leah Patricia Navikas, Varsity Scholar. Tiana DeGrone. Stephanie Elizabeth Nielsen. Kimberly Rose Nurkowski. Timothy Eric Newhart. Matthew Patrick O'Driscoll. Tyler L. O'Grady. Amy Jean O'Keefe. Stephen Michael Olensky, Varsity Scholar. John Edward O'Malley. Magdalena Ordonez Ruiz. David C. Ordway, Jr. Rebecca Ann Orsini, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Felicity Ruth Ortiz. Matthew Vincent Pacelli. Patrick Michael Petrell. Kristen Rebecca Pepin. Kimberlyn Jean Petit, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Emily Grace Pachano Shatton. Emmett Richard Pike, National Honor Society. Miguel Angel Pina Serna. Alana Eve Piscatelli. Gina Lori Piscatelli. Rachel Lynn Pitcher, Varsity Scholar. Thomas Edward Pitcher. Serena Nicole Plagaman. Vincent Richard Paggio. Adam Joshua Pajoli. Mark Donald Pajoli. Desiree Tenira Poole. Amanda Lee Quinones. Elizabeth Ann Rayburn, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Deanna Nicole Racky, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Matthew Ryan Raphael. Naomi Rebecca Rascotti, National Honor Society. Emily Ann Regan. Maria Rosalie Riley. Myron Reluccio, Varsity Scholar. Javier Reyes, Varsity Scholar. Mitchell Edward Reardon. Keaton Elizabeth Risch. Caitlin Rose Robert. Taylor Ray Robinson. Brandon Sebastian Rolon. Orlando Saul Rosas. Jesse Michael Rudowitz. Daniel Joseph Russell, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Belen Sanchez. Thomas Michael Santello. Ariana Mercedes Savarino, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Jamie Lee Ann Sawicki, Varsity Scholar. Louis Michael Scapetto. Emma Marie Sears, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Shane Brian Sealander. Sabrina Marlene Schultes, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Rachel Charlene Shuda. Thomas Edward Simmons. Melanie Annis Mariglio. Christine Nicole Smith, Varsity Scholar. Madison Lynn Smith, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Tyler John Smith. Zachary Pereira Sola, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Cassandra A. Songer, Varsity Scholar. Bianca Michelle Souza. Riley Nicole Spencer. Nicholas Angelo St. Pierre. Olivia Jean Stenick. Kyle Thomas Stoddard. Riley E. Stone. Connor Daniel Sullivan. Kaylee Rose Sullivan Sage. Damian Shadvatsky, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Olivia Marie Taylor. Brandon Taylor Tomaselli. Alexander Gerard Turgeon. Michael Francis Vanacore. Stephen David Vandermelen. Alyssa Leanne Vega. Nicholas John Vendetto. Stephen Vincent Salvatore Venice. Alicia Marie Vitagliano. Kyle John Waycott. Rachel Anna Whitney, National Honor Society and Varsity Scholar. Alan Todd Wilcox. Daniel Elias Warnick, National Honor Society. Eamon Fatima Zaidi. Alex John Zamery. The following students will receive their diplomas in absentia: Kayla Brown, Matthew Thomas Kopkowicz, Tara Dean, Martin Gomez Jr., Amanda Karamani, James Corin, Andrew Scanlon, and Kirk Williams. And I was remiss before, I'd like to also introduce Councilman John Sullivan.
All right, and now at this time, we will be presenting our senior class gift, a $600 donation to Mr. Bryant.
Thank you very much. We practiced for 3 days.
They're singing the song.
On behalf of everyone in the Lyman Hall community, I want to congratulate each of you for reaching this important milestone. The class of 2015 has distinguished itself in the classroom, on the athletic field, and most importantly in the hearts of the faculty and staff, all of whom wish you the very best. I am very proud to be closing out my career with the class of 2015. Please remember that wherever life takes us, Lyman Hall will always be our home, and we will be Trojans forever. May you build futures filled with joy, love, and contentment. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the graduates of the class of 2015. Congratulations.